Oh, hello, and welcome to another run through of a game. This one has absolutely blown my mind away. I tried it on the cloud last night, and then hours went by. I was just like, wow. So I had to download it, even though it's a huge download. Now I haven't actually like done any of the training yet, which basic handling, takeoff and landing. Yeah, maybe I should. Um, I don't know anything about landing, to be fair, so um, at some point I'll do that, maybe. But what I'm going to do is fly around my neck of the woods. So I'm going to select a departure point, which I want to be close to. So I think there is. Let's find myself on the map here. Donegal. So I think there's some small airfields around here. There's one in Sheffield, and there's one. Is this? I think that's Doncaster. No, no, it's not. It's Dronfield Airport. Okay, we'll do that as a departure, and I'll not set an arrival. What time are we on at the moment? Okay, all right. I think we've got plenty of daylight. Colaston, Dronfield. So yeah, I've got a map for navigation up to my right hand side. That's over here. Where is it? There. There we go. Right. So that's my navigation map, and then pretty much everything else that will be on screen. This is literally just Google Maps to give me an idea, because I can follow roads and things ish, but I might struggle with any other landmarks and stuff. But we'll see. Just give this a shrink. There we go. Okay, get my face out of the way so I'm not blocking the entire thing. Let's crack on. Oh, it's a bloody thing. It's a bloody grass field. Colaston, that is nearby. So we want to head south by southeast, really, once we're up in the air. It says here on screen, release parking brake and then full throttle. I can sort of view outside of the aircraft. I think we should be straight on the runway. I'm looking for an airspeed of about 60 maybe, at least, really, before takeoff. Okay, cool. Right, south by southeast. So if I'm heading westbound, I'm going to bank to the left. I'm just going to throttle down a little bit. We get a stall. Then, okay.
Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna 152 1 miles southwest of Echo Golf Charlie Alpha 1,100 feet. Request flight following.
I'm just going to get rid of these objectives. Right.
Squawk 020 tree Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
I think on the right is the Dronfield bypass somewhere down there.
Roger Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
I've flown a Cessna now, actually, many years ago. Just a little circuit around the airport. It was incredible fun. Scared the life out of me. I had had two of the Explorer Scouts in the back as well. Scared the life out of them as well, I think. Okay, so we're heading over a place called New Whittington. I'm just going to reduce my throttle, try and get my airspeed down as much as possible. And then, oh, I don't even know what river this is actually that we're passing over. But I think going left will lead up to Rother Valley. I think this is the canal here, so let's follow the canal into Chesterfield. I think the term for the canal is Cuckoo Dyke. We've got Brummington on the left here. Yeah, the Cuckoo Dyke, maybe.
118.775 for Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. Manchester Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra.
I'm just going to drop that throttle down a little bit more. Oh, there's the football stadium centre screen. The Proac Stadium. Okay. And this is beneath me, the A61, I think. So it's following the canal that's to the left of it. And obviously we're heading southbound. This will approach up to a junction to take you up to the M1 towards the east, so turning left, and across to the A38 as well, which I think I'm going to fly along because I've sort of lived in various places along the A38. So yeah, there's the canal on the left. The Crooked Spire will be around here, just where I'm looking, I think. That's a big retail park on the right there. And then what we've got over here is Queen's Park, just beneath, just coming up. It's a beautiful park, Queen's Park. Look at that lake as well. You can see the cricket ground that's held some famous cricket matches. It's been around since the 19th century and stuff. I'm going to take us, okay, just got to be careful of my airspeed. Take us back round, back over towards the church. So, yeah, the church isn't represented, which is a shame, because it's a very well-known landmark both in the area, and I've known people internationally, like people from abroad, say they've heard of the Crooked Spire, St Mary and All Saints. That's the Donut car park. We call that the Donut, just beneath the plane. We're following Newbold Road, and we're heading into Newbold. Airspeed's quite high. My parents live down here, which is incredible that we can see all these houses, really. Here's a park that the dogs get walked upon occasionally. Get let off the lead and stuff. It's a beautiful park. I'm going to fly over my old school, which is St Mary's RC High School. So back on Newbold Road now. Just going to try and calm this airspeed down a bit. Yeah, so that's St Mary's down here, centre screen, and there's the big playing fields. Over on the left here is Homebrook Valley Park, where you can pull in over on the left here. Nearly stalled it there with that turn. I'm not in a fast jet, do you know what I mean? Here's the lake for Homebrook Valley Park. Let's try and get some altitude above it. I think I lost altitude actually, not gained. Okay, so again, there's St. Mary's down there. And there it is, Homebrook Valley Park. The lake. Now off in the distance over there, again centre screen, is, so I tended to, when I was younger, and I've done it occasionally, more recently, I tend to go Homebrook Valley Park and then cycle along this tree line to the left here. Seems to be a route that I sometimes get lost on. I don't know how, still, to this day. It's all part of the fun. Through the woodlands into Lineker Reservoir, which they're fantastic. It's a set of 3 reservoirs. This is, so I think this is called Lineker Woods. It's the woodlands anyway. Set of 3 reservoirs. They are beautiful, fantastic to just chill out on. This top one up here is it has a wooden boardwalk along it, and I just think it's absolutely superb. I haven't taken the dogs to Lineker Reservoir actually. That feels like that'd be a beautiful thing to do. Over to the right, I expect, should be Cutthorpe, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gain a little bit more altitude. Okay. Oh yeah, so here's Cutthorpe that we're flying over, and I think I'm going to start a journey into the Peak District from here. So I'll just get my bearings. I think I need to be going west really to start this journey into Matlock. Now I don't know too well, in fairness, but still try it out. So I'm going to try and head southwest a bit. On the north side. So yeah, I mean, I probably didn't appreciate the Peak District when I was younger, but I certainly do now. So fortunate to have such a beautiful national park on the doorstep. Okay, I'm going to head back over Chesterfield and get my bearings, because once I'm in Chesterfield, just trying to think, to get to Matlock, I do want to be heading westbound. I think I need to be heading west from here. I think... Ah, is that Walton? Yeah. Okay, so if that's Walton, I think this is Walton back lane that I'm literally flying over right now. So let's try and follow what I think is the road to Matlock. There's Alton, the village of Alton. We're close to Alton Towers. Okay. It's amazing how green and lush the area is when you're looking from the road. Everything's obviously very grey and concretey, but looking from the air, it's so green and lush. Right, I could do with some auto level out my wings, do you know what I mean? But Okay, so we're approaching Ashover, and there's a sign there saying Matlock something. A lot of glare off the sun at the moment. I could do with turning down this radio chatter a little bit.
Going to 118.475 Janix 937.
Air traffic control. No. Okay. Kinder, I think it said there. No, I'll show you. There we go. We're on target for Matlock. So this is my stomping ground, really. I do love walking around the Peak District. I'm still discovering new places as well. Okay. So I've got Matlock Farm Park. I'm approaching Matlock fairly quickly, actually. Oh, was that Matlock Moor? I've not heard of Matlock Moor, but I think we're going to head east to be heading sort of northwest, and then we're going to go over Darlydale and see a place called Rowsley, which I pop to occasionally with my dad for a car boot. And we also have a good friend who's a blacksmith there at Caldwell Mill. So let's start making a turn and banking. Quite hilly actually when you're driving Matlock, but you don't really see that from the air the same way. But yeah, that's quite hilly. Keep hearing Cessna on the radio, but I don't know if that's applied to me or not. No idea.
118.775 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
So yeah, I've done a few little hikes around there with I think that was either with, no, it wouldn't have been Scouts, it would have been one of the schools in their D.A.V. I just remember sitting in Tesco's and having a great big fry-up breakfast, which was fantastic. I'll always remember the breakfasts and the food from these places. Yeah, did I say Tudales? No, Darlydale. Okay. Either way, we're heading northwest towards Rowsley, and Rowsley's only a small place, mind you. On my map here, I've got so many pins, it's unbelievable. I can see about, I don't know, it must be about 100, maybe more, 150 pins, just all over, like places to go, to see, want to go, want to see. There's some great walking places around here, absolutely superb. Okay, I'm still heading northwest. I'm just not 100% sure where the road is now. I don't know on my map whether or not I can see like a large, that looks like a train station to me. There's Rowsley, just popped up. There we go. Beautiful little village. I think along here on the right hand side, maybe that's like, I'm going to get this wrong, but maybe that's, oh no, a bit further up north. I've cycled all this area. Up here is, so what are we following? I don't know what the river we're following, but on to the right hand side is Stanage Edge and a place called Hathersage, which are all beautiful places. Baslow. There's a Barlow near Cutthorpe, near Homebrook Valley Park, and a Baslow. I seem to get them both confused. Oh, here's Chatsworth. I used to work at Chatsworth House. Why am I surprised to find Chatsworth there? God, my navigation's all off. Okay, so let's see. Ah, okay, well this is the river for Chatsworth House, and there's Chatsworth House directly beneath. Oh, wonderful. Okay. I presume that is Chatsworth House. It looks to be. Yeah, so can I see... Oh, this would be incredible if I can. Not exactly the most smoothest. Right, so directly in front is the warehouse for the farm shop that I used to work in when I was a kid, when I was about 17 or so. It's just over there, and it was such a wonderful job because we'd just sort of be left alone to just get that day's fulfillment requirements for the shop from the warehouse, and then we'd drive it back along through the park. And I think we'd do this route sort of 3 times a day. Occasionally there was an emergency and somebody wanted something quite urgently, and so we'd need to go and get that. But yeah, we'd just drive along that road, and I've walked all this. I've not cycled Chatsworth before. Used to hang out here with a friend, of an evening. Again, when I was about 17, 18, used to drive up here, just chill out. It was wonderful. So yeah, we'd exit the park through here, and then where's the farm shop? I know you have to take a left somewhere to get to the farm shop. It's near the village of Pilsley. Maybe we've still got a fair bit to go. Oh, I think it's over there. I think Chatsworth Farm Shop. Could be wrong. Oh, stall warning there. But I think it's over here somewhere. Yes, I think that's it. I think that's it beneath. So, if we're passing Chatsworth Farm Shop, I'm just going to circle around and get my bearings. This used to be a hell of a commute. When I used to work there on Saturdays, and like a friend's parent, my parents, we'd all take it in turns to like drop us off. I think my friend's mum probably did more journeys than my parents. I don't know, but it wasn't like, looking back on it, time-wise and fuel-wise, I don't think it was economically viable to actually work there. I don't know, but yeah, it was pretty cool anyway. So this is Baslow. Oh, okay. So Baslow, I think there's another place I used to work here called the Cavendish Hotel, but I think that's in Baslow. I'm just, again, let's try and get my bearings. Let's head back towards the Chatsworth estate. Might have to. Baslow, Peak District. See what comes up. Oh, okay. Alright, so it's in the vicinity of Bakewell. Google seems to think. Alright, so if I follow the river back round, we'll get to Baslow, and then we'll get to a place called, we'll see a place called Kerber. So let's do that then. I'll go this way round. Oh, bit of a stall warning again. Right. I don't know what sort of G's that would have given passengers in this little Cessna. So I'll just get the airspeed down a bit, because I should be level now really. And okay, yeah. So on the left here, as I go over Baslow, I'm expecting to see a couple of places called Frogget Edge and Curbet Edge, but I'm not seeing them. This all stacks up. This is Baslow. Ah, maybe that's it over there. I don't know, but strangely enough, like I remember we didn't walk far from Baslow before we got onto those places, and I thought we were sort of heading east of Baslow to get there. Okay, okay, so I'll just get my bearings. Yeah, so here we are. This then, east of Baslow, is maybe not. I don't know then. I thought they were quite high up, or they felt quite high up. Yeah, this feels about right. I remember coming up here. Yeah. I can actually remember the photos I've taken as well. So, yeah, okay, this is like Stanage Edge and Curbet Edge, and I think I've cycled along here. I might have some footage. I can't remember if I took an action camera. Okay. Ah, when we took some kids on a D of E expedition actually. When was this? 2018, 2019? And we set off from Grindleford, walked up to Baslow, and then came back along this path here on the right. And I've got a great photo where I stood on a rock somewhere. One of the kids took a photo, and I jumped down off the rock, and the kids thought I jumped off the rocks, like they thought I'd fallen basically, because I sort of stumble jumped off the rock, and they screamed. They were absolutely in horror, like the idea of me falling off the edge here. But it actually doesn't look too crazy steep down there, but once you're there, it is. Okay, so we're going to fly over Grindleford now. What I want to do is get to a place. Where am I heading? I'm heading north now. So okay, so Olabar, that's over there. I want to get to a place once we've got over Grindleford, which is that Grindleford? Yep. I'm going to take us northwest now, and this is one of my favourite places in the Peak District. I've been here a couple of times, 3 times in fact. The first time I discovered this on yet another D&D expedition actually, with the same group of children I think, when it was their actual expedition, and I think this was for the D&D Bronze, so it was done over maybe 2 days or something. We walked around Hope Valley as teachers. I think we camped with them at a guide campsite. Yeah, it's sort of ringing a bell. But we sort of walked and drove around them and all that sort of stuff as they were doing their expedition. And I thought, oh, I'd love to come back and just do this whole thing in a day. And because I think at the time it was something like the time out there that they needed to do, not the mileage as such. And I was like, oh, this is easily just a day's worth of hiking. And it was a really tiring day. So I came back out for a second day, really loved it. There's Edale just further up there. Absolutely loved it. Really adorable walks. I think it's called Mantor, the mountain. And came back, yes, a third time with my mum, and we did quite an extensive walk actually, quite a few miles. I was really amazed by how much she managed it, having not been a sort of regular hill walker. I wouldn't say I'm a regular hill walker anymore. But yeah, so it's a beautiful valley, and I'd like to go back again for a 4th time because I really, really like it. So we would have stayed somewhere down here on the right hand side.
118.58 for Cessna
Wonderful
X-Ray
campsite.
Golf Sierra. Manchester approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 1,800 feet.
Now there is the new Tom Cruise film. When we were there, was shot along here. There's Hope. It was shot in the Hope Valley. Actually, no, sorry, the campsite would have been further in. Let's try and find Hope very quickly. There we go. So I can see where I'm approaching from now. Oh, Castleton's fantastic. I've had a really good trek around Castleton. Fortunately, another hiker followed me sort of out of bounds, and I don't know what happened to them, but it was quite a difficult lot of wall jumping and things like that. Got to be really careful around here with ticks and things. So don't be tempted to wear shorts and go off the track in long grass, because there can be ticks, and that can cause Lyme disease. There's my word of warning. Don't underestimate how challenging this can be as an area. I've cycled around here, but I haven't cycled the circular route. So I'll fly the route we've done there. There's a sort of clockwise circular route. I think the campsite, approaching Edale now, there's Castleton. Ah, I'm going round the back. Okay, I've got it. So right, I think. There is a reservoir around here as well, a fantastic reservoir that, again, I've cycled around. Really lovely day out. So it's not a mammoth, technically challenging hike at all. It's just really, really lovely as a hike. So yeah, on sort of pretty much all three occasions, this is the route I'm going to fly over, is the route I've walked. I think if you come out here by train, you're really coming up to Edale, and there's a train station somewhere. Although, saying that, I haven't seen train tracks. I don't know if I'd expect to. For something particularly straighter than the road. Okay, so I think the walk I've done. Oh, the train. There's the train track just directly beneath. So it's gone from Edale Visitor Centre, which is a roundabout somewhere there, up this path, which is nothing easy. No, not even up that path. I'm lying. I've cut a bit out. Let's find the train station in the car park. Maybe I'm not lying. Maybe that is it. But okay. Is that the train station now? I think so, yeah. Okay. No, maybe I'm right. Maybe that was it. And so from the train station, I've gone along here. And up here. But I don't actually. quite a valley and a dip, so I'm not sure. I think I've started on this end, you know. It does make sense because I usually park at the train station, which is over there. Lost something, anyway. Look at these paths, so well defined. It's so well trodden. I think I've got the. Oh, I have got the thrust to climb. Okay. Well, there's Castleton. Such a fantastic ridge to walk along as well. It's quite accessible. I mean, it's challenging, but it actually is quite accessible. I think there's many parts you can get to without having to go over styes and stuff like that. Okay, so I think this is probably, there should be a road through here as well. I think this is what's confusing me. But yeah, this is the walk anyway. I just can't remember the exact details of where I joined this major path, and I think I joined it coming up ahead there, somewhere there along there, you know. Certainly walking up along here, along this ridge line. That's not actually Hope there. Coming down here, this is now descending into Hope. I think this is pretty much the exact path. Then along these fields, it's quite a walk. It looks close by when you're on top of the hill, but mountain. And there's Hope. It's not actually a lot of public things going on in Hope, but we walked along there, and then I just cut down my airspeed by pulling up a bit, and then followed this main road along, and then you get into Castleton. So this is where there's a couple of mines, I think, here. This is where the famous Blue John, as a precious stone, the only place on the planet that Blue John is found and mined. And then I think my mum stopped here on our walk and had a cup of tea, and I walked through this valley, which was fabulous. Not too arduous. Along to the top here. I don't know if I went and fetched the car at that stage. Did I go back? Did I walk along that road? Either way, I've been along here. Then this is quite open and flat, this area. And then that's a more well-known road, actually. Maybe that isn't a road. Maybe that's just a path, actually. That sort of rings a bell. Fantastic scenes. Literally, I'm flying over where I've walked as well. Like I said, I've done this 3 times, so I can't remember which time I walked where. So when I got to that point, I must have walked back to Hope to get the car there, and then come back to Castleton somehow. I can't remember that. Ah, this is now looking a bit more like it. Yeah. This is looking a bit more like the start, maybe. This path down here. And I don't know where the train station is. Yeah, it's one of my favourite places. It's beautiful. Now, I think the reservoir that's here is called Lady Bower. And if I've got my directions right, we want to be going sort of northeast. We'll climb, and then we'll get a better view. Now, that's a nice cycle ride. Sure. It's quite a large reservoir. Let's get our speed up as well. Maybe it's on the other side of this hill. Northeast. I think we're about right. Well, I'm surprised actually, because I should be able to see the reservoir from where we are. I'd have thought. Okay, just stalling there. Maybe it's over here. It's Hope Valley. This looks way too big to be a river, so that must be the reservoir then. And there are two legs of the reservoir which sort of adds up, and then there is a massive road going across it. Well, there's the dam. There's two dams then. There's one down there, and then there's one over there on the left. Yeah, I've cycled around this reservoir. Absolutely love it. It's a beautiful ride. I've gone up on the tops as well, and that's quite challenging because there weren't many paths. So I felt a bit bad really when it comes to like ecology, erosion and all that. So I came back down, but I was really struggling up there, to be fair. And then what I'll do is I've never landed. I've never done the training. But I think we're towards the west of Sheffield, so I'll do a flyover Sheffield now. I'll head towards the east. Yeah, I've got a fantastic shot at the top here, from somewhere around the reservoir, somewhere up here, of a little bridge. It's an absolutely fabulous shot. Try and put a link to some of those photos. They're published online on a platform called PixelFed. I'll try and put a link to some of those photos on here. But yeah, let's head towards Sheffield, and then
118.775 for Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
have a look.
Manchester Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 3000.
Oh, I've lost a lot of altitude there. I'll just try and gain some more altitude. What am I at? 3,000 feet. Sheffield isn't immediately obvious to me. What sort of distance are we away? I mean, I think heading dead east is exactly where I want to be. That reservoir is massive. I don't know Sheffield too well. I have lived in Sheffield actually, and I've studied in Sheffield. I've worked in Sheffield, strangely enough, but I'm not too familiar with the city. I think this area is called the Dark Peak. Can you guess why?
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
There's
have a
two
generic
parts
insight.
of the Peak District, and if you look at the leisure maps of the Ordnance Survey maps, they're divided into the White Peak and the Dark Peak, and I think this area is the Dark Peak. It's a lot of agriculture, really. It's sort of, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful place, but it's not as natural as you might think it is, because it is a lot of agriculture around there. I think Sheffield's known as the city of the Seven Hills, actually, because Sheffield was built on Seven Hills. I think I could be right. And I didn't know there was another reservoir down here. One of my absolute favourite places is a place called Padley Gorge, which, let's just see if that's on the map, because it should be en route. Oh, Wyoming Brook is nearby. Been there, but it's horrible to use this. I don't know why it's flung me over at Stockport all of a sudden. Let's try and find Padley Gorge. Been here so many times. Absolutely love it. Okay, so it's going to be towards the right hand side a little bit, I think.
Going to 126.225 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
It's going to be further south.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, 3,600 feet.
These must be all parts of Sheffield, but I'm not too sure about. I don't recognise the names at all. Oh. You really see urban sprawl from the air, don't you? Like, incredibly so. What's this place? Looks like that. Oh. Okay. So you can sort of see where the more urban areas of Sheffield are. I suppose it wouldn't take long to just do a trip out and just explore Sea Meadow Hall, actually, or Meadow Hell, people call it. I call it Meadow Hell. I've really not been for a long time. It's a big shopping centre, basically, built in the sort of remnants of Sheffield's steel industry, really. Where the setting for the Full Monty, I think it's called, a film where some men become nude dancers, ex-steel workers, whatever. That looks like a running track or a stadium down there. Okay, so to get to Meadow Hall, I presume it's got to be east, and I'm surprised, to be fair, I can't see it. I also can't. Oh, you know what? Chapeltown rings a bell. I'm sure I worked there. I'm sure that's where the depot was for. what was Telewest Broadband and now is Virgin Media. But I think Meadowhall's out towards Chapeltown. Have a look, see if we can see it, because it's going to be quite large actually. Meadowhall. Could be wrong. I could be completely off. Oh, okay. So if we're over Sheffield, we do want to be heading northeast. It's on the way to Rotherham. Where's Rotherham? Oh, my directions are going a bit pants. I wonder if it's down there. It looks quite large and built up. I was expecting to see blue ceilings though. I think that major road there is the M1, I think. So, is that lots of car parking there? Is that Meadowhall? It'd just be an industrial estate, wouldn't it? Where the hell is Meadowhall? Where's Sheffield? Right. I think that was it. It's very hard to tell though. I think that's the M1. If I'm facing south there. No, I'm not. That's the north. Okay. That's quite a major route coming in to Sheffield down there. That'd be fine by car. Actually, I could, yeah, I suppose I could navigate it by car. But where's the train station? Where are the train tracks around here? Yeah, I still haven't quite got my bearings yet, actually. Is that a football ground or a running track or something down there? I'm not convinced that was Meadowhall. Okay, this is now, I'm starting to feel familiar with this. I think there's a Kelham Island somewhere around here as well, which is literally an island. Another place that I visited, taking some good photos. Actually, I say literally an island. I'm not 100%. Okay, it's quite a confusing road network. But I think there's the main train station of Sheffield down there. Looks to be. So to head back to the airfield, I'm going to have to follow this southbound. Yep. Now the airfield, Colaston Airfield, is over there. Like I said, I've never landed this thing before, so I have no idea about flaps. I mean, It says that, oh, there is a flaps meter. Well, I don't know anything about flaps. I shouldn't just randomly... To retract flaps after takeoff. Oh, I could have retracted the flaps all that time. Oh. What's that doing? That's dropping my airspeed. Okay, so I think I want to do the flaps shortly. I don't know. No idea. Right. Let's try and land at Colaston then. Let's get an eye for the runway for a start. I don't know if I need to signal somebody to say I'm going to be landing. Colaston. Runway 28.
Echo Golf Charlie Alpha traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra 2 miles north, 2,000 feet inbound to land runway 28.
What the hell is all that? Oh, I could just let the AI do it. So there's a landing pattern. That looks like a steep turn over there. Okay. I think I could take control of this. Altitude too high. Decrease altitude or abandon landing attempt. Well, it's nice that we've got this VFR. Here's Dromfield. I've worked in Dromfield as well. That's in between Chesterfield and Sheffield. Okay. Right, it's quite a wide pattern that. It's auto done my flaps as well. Let's put my flaps down. And reduce my throttle. There's Barlow straight ahead, so there must be Homebrook Valley and Cutthorpe and all of that somewhere over there. Okay, let's enter this pattern. I'm just going to reduce my throttle. Telling me I'm going too fast. It's quite a slow approach to me, actually. Telling me to reduce my speed to 52 knots. That seems very slow, that. This is the first time I've ever landed an aircraft in this simulator. Let's just whack down this engine speed as well. It says X is brake, but I presume there isn't really an air brake. Still going too fast. going to stall if I go any slower. Right. I think I'm getting some sort of wind across me because I seem to be having to use the rudder to compensate for something. Okay. Where's that? That's Whittington Moor. So the football stadium's somewhere over that way. It's Bloomington. This must be Hollingwood. Hollingwood's up there, straight ahead. So is this Eckington then, maybe? Barrow Hill. There's a roundhouse at Barrow Hill that's fantastic to see. It's a working turntable for railway engines, basically. Fantastic to see. And Craig Charles, Dave Listroff, Red Dwarf, played there, did his set there as well a couple of years back. Unfortunately, during was close to pandemic lockdown. Didn't get a chance to see it, but I really wanted to go and wear a Red Dwarf t-shirt. He's actually got a really good music set, like a funk set on a Saturday night. It's a couple of hours show and it's absolutely brilliant. Hasn't played one of my requests yet though. A bit frustrating. I've had some rare finds that would have been perfect for the show. I'm bitter. Let's get those flaps sorted out. I think they reduced my airspeed. I don't know. I need to sort of read about this again. Where the bloody runway is, but I also seem to be going quite low. Very jerky movements because I'm not flying with the flight stick. I'm on controller, which makes me think I'm just going to migrate this onto PC, and then I've got a proper setup that could be had. Hands on throttle and stick type thing. Okay, there's the runway ahead. That's about a mile out. Oh, it's just grass, I forgot. Okay, I'm looking for like the greyness of concrete, but okay, let's whack down the throttle now. Oh God, you'd shit yourself if you were sat in the seat while I was flying this, wouldn't you? I'm going to miss that tree, hopefully. I don't know how to shut down aircraft shift systems. I've done this before. No idea. I don't even know how to stop. Is it that brake? Let's try that. The engine's still on. How do I shut down aircraft systems? Not that. Use RB plus that. Okay. There we go. As promised, a little flight around Chesterfield and the Peak District. And I'll be flying again loads because I absolutely love this game. This is an incredible simulator. I had no idea. Like, this has been out for like over a year at least, and I had no idea how detailed and how much these things have come along. I haven't played a flight sim for like over a decade, and this has absolutely blown my mind. I imagine in VR this is just incredible. But yeah, enjoy, and well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you another time. Take it easy.